What is going on YouTube? Today I'm going to be showing you my home project as well as I guess you would say some hints, tips, and tricks in case anyone else wants to know what. This right here is a Lenovo M91P, which I just got off eBay for 60 bucks. And my intention with this, one second, it has a lever problem. Let's see it, there we go. My intention with this is to essentially make it into a home Minecraft server and a secondary Linux PC. So I'm not really too bothered and worried about Windows on here. So I got this computer for around 60 bucks, like I mentioned earlier. It came with no graphics card. I just installed this myself. It came with 4 gigs of RAM, which I actually just installed two more 4 gig sticks. I'm sorry, it came with 8 gigs. So I just installed 2 more 4 gigabyte sticks, which now it equals 16 gigs. That's perfect. It did not come with a hard drive. I just put this on here to test out some things and make sure everything worked out, and it did. Of course, it came with the power supply, motherboard, and everything. So it just didn't come with a hard drive. It's the only thing it didn't come with. It didn't come with a GPU as well, but that's most of these pre-builts in this price range are not going to come with any GPU at all. I'm assuming this is some old office PC or something like that for a business or a call center or something like that. So I'm sure it's had a lot of use, and it's about to get a use a lot again. So of course it has that little bit of dust in here, and which of course we can take care of that later. But I've already booted it up and worked on it. It's why you're seeing the hard drive here, and it works actually pretty well. The i5 2400 holds its own. Windows 10 on the 2nd gen i5 processors is a little clunky. I mean, it works, but not well. It doesn't work as well as I want it to. It's a little, I guess you say, slow. So what I ended up doing is buying a $12 solid state drive, 120 gigabytes. Yep, right there. So I went ahead and got that, and we're gonna run this server, this MineOS server, which I'm using is Debian based on Linux. We're gonna be using that. We're gonna put it on the solid state drive right here. I'm gonna remove this hard drive entirely because it's just sitting. There's nothing holding it down. There's no point for it. So we're gonna remove that entirely. We're gonna put the solid state drive in. So here's another thing real quick before I could start. So the GPU you may need or you may not need. It really depends. So this graphics card right here is this GT 730 that I got for free. I would personally not recommend getting a GT 730 unless you have no graphics card at all, like none at all, and you need one really bad, then sure, get one. But with the current market right now and how expensive they are, I would not pay that money for it. Like for instance, this one is also a weak one. This is a GTX 745. It's better than the GT 730, but not by much. Only by like 20%. It's not much better. So essentially the core parts you're going to need for a secondary Linux-based PC or a secondary Minecraft server PC is a solid state drive, at least an i5 or better. I mean, the i3 would work, depends on what you're doing. I would say 16 gigs of RAM would be good. 8 gigs would work, but you need at least 16, I'd say. And a whole working system. You don't need a graphics card. That's what I put in I had 2 laying around. So I went ahead and put that one in. I installed a small form factor bracket and went ahead and installed it. We're gonna actually try that out now first to make sure everything's working. Because it also too, it has an HDMI port in the back for that GPU, which is perfect. It's perfect because now I can actually plug it into a TV and not have to use it on my same monitor and keep switching them out over and over again. So I will be right back. Let's see if this bad boy works. So we currently just tried booting the computer up using that old hard drive for Windows, so I can just easily check the graphics card unit, and look at that, it's running. And if we check right here, went ahead and downloaded the Experience app. Check right here, the NVIDIA control panel. It's a little slow. System information. Bam. GT 730, baby. So now that we got that out the way, now it's time to switch out this hard drive, the slow old hard drive, for a solid state drive, and then we're gonna try out MineOS. Okay, we are back. We just got the solid state drive in that little caddy piece that I got separately. Now, as you can see, it's not sitting evenly, I get that, but that's not a big deal because it's, like I said, this computer is just for fun, it's not a serious thing, and it's all good. So we have the solid state drive in now, we have the GPU in now, everything's up to running. Now all I gotta do is do Mine OS.